Welcome back on another lesson on Twitter here on Educator.com's Lessons on E-Marketing. We're going to talk about Twitter and how to best spread Twitter into other social media platforms to your website. So let's go ahead and dive right in and talk about what is known as a Twitter feed. Okay, and a feed means instant updates that appear before your eyes. And again, we're going to talk about how to do that on your website, on your Facebook. This is exactly as you can see right here, and the coding that is involved. Of course, everything in the internet involves some form of coding, but you'll be amazed by the end of this lesson how easy it is. So if you're concerned about it, don't be. We're going to here to show you exactly what it takes and what is needed. Twitter is a fascinating medium to communicate news not only about your organization, but of course the people that you decide to follow. Hopefully you've listened to the previous lesson on how to create a Twitter account. Let's go ahead and move on and go to the next slide. So in a particular website, Twitter has created a widget, as if you will. Okay, W-I-D. Let's go ahead and start all over again. Okay, a widget, which is basically a source code or a source or code where you can embed into your website. Now, in this website right here, it's a Disney website. Right here, as you can see, the latest Twitter feed. Okay, so here, the information from this company's website or this company's Twitter account, they can actually update their Twitter and it gets communicated not only to this website, but I know for a fact they also update on their Facebook account too. So let's go ahead and take a look at this website in a larger extent. Here it is right here. As you can see, this is the Twitter feed. Now, you can go ahead and update it to a point where you can show 2, maybe 3 tweets. Okay, down here they've got the same situation. Okay, 2 to 3 tweets, whatever you want. And it's really important that you understand this because I know for a fact that Twitter is a very used website and a used mechanism. And in this case, this is an entertainment website. And this is Debbie Ryan. She's a very famous Disney star. And she obviously has a lot of fans. So let's go back to the slides. And what we're going to go to next is, well, we're going to talk about how to create a Twitter feed for your website. Now, you can go ahead and Google in how to create a Twitter feed for your website. You can easily do that, and you'll find different ways. But if you do, most likely you'll land on this web page right here, or web address, and when you click on it, you'll be taken to this web page. I went ahead and I did it for you, so let's go ahead and here it is right now, okay? So this is where you will end up once you type in on the search engines. Now, what I will show you here, okay, is, let's go back to the previous page. So in this page right here, you've got 2 different options, and I'm going to go ahead and increase the size here. You have a widget for my website and a widget for Facebook. Okay, for Facebook, we're going to go into it a little bit later, but let's talk about your website. All right, as you can see right here, there's 4 different options that Twitter allows for you. So in other words, what we're talking about here is live streams, live feeds, live information, up-to-date information. That's what today's internet's all about. It's up-to-date live information about you, your company, about your favorite people, about people who you're following, and add it to your website for whatever reason it may be. And it could be several reasons. For instance, if you are a news organization, you may want to put in a code for the Reuters news agency or the BBC news agency, stuff that you probably can't get right away, which the experts can, or even CNN news agency. Whatever the case may be, you may want to do that just to keep your people informed. And I'll tell you this right now, most people are concerned about leaving your website to another person's website. Well, in the 17 years that I've been doing web design, I really don't find that to be true, because there's a reason why they go to your website first, okay? And there are reasons why they stay with your website. You're doing them a favor, okay? And you're being very honest. You're doing them a favor. You're providing them with all the information that you need. So if you're a bakery and you want to have tweets about recipes, chances are your business is not going to be hurt in any ways. Of course, I'm no magician. I don't quote me on this, but in my 17 years of experience, I haven't seen that to be the case. But anyways, let's return back to the different widgets. There are 4 to be mentioned here. One is called the profile widget. Now, this is to display your most recent Twitter update. So if I were to type in my username, I can actually copy the code and embed this into my website. And on the right side, and I'm going to shrink this a little bit, and I'll put in preferences, or I'll put in behaviors. And I can change the widget color. Notice the colors change. The background color. Okay. And the link colors, let's keep it at green. Okay. Kind of ugly, but that's what I pretty much wanted, okay? Let's go back, and you can also choose white. You can choose the text to be black. Okay, so that's what I can do. And then I can choose dimensions, and I can go ahead and decide if I want to be specific or automatically width. That means it'll size it up for you. I would recommend using dimensions because you want to be able to control your web page and how it looks. And then finally, when all is said and done, I basically finish and grab the code. So I click on this button down here, and it displays this code. Okay, and I just copy and paste and put it onto my website. I do want to show you this widget right here is called the search widget. The search widget is nice because it allows me to display feeds on certain categories. Now, as I mentioned about news, okay, this would not be a bad idea. For instance, if I was to type in, well, let's type in, if anybody did a search on Obama, President Obama, the title I would put in, okay, the title is well, you'll see right here, the title goes right here, and I can put something like tweets about ... Notice how it changed the title. And then on the caption, I can put President Obama. Now notice how things just start changing. This is what is going to appear on your web page about Obama, okay? And it's, well, let's go ahead and test settings. Now, here we go. You see keyword Obama. Okay, and I'm sure with the president, you'll see a lot of tweets coming in and appearing before your eyes. Again, keyword Obama. Okay, let's wait for another one, and we'll put in a different search query. Again, keyword Obama. Okay, you see right there. Let's put in something like fresh green salad, or let's put green salads. Okay, and let's put tweets about green salads. Let's press test settings. Okay, so notice again the tiny URLs. So these people who tweet, they talk about green salads, and obviously it's not a very popular search query because I only see one here. But notice that Twitter, again, converts a long URL to a short one, again, tiny URL, and you can click on this link and go to the respective web page. Okay, so maybe instead of, oh, there's another one. Let's go ahead and type CNN, okay, and we'll go ahead and today's news. Let's type in today's news. on CNN. All right, let's go ahead and test the settings, and I'm sure that you'll get a lot of information about CNN, and hopefully, well, okay, so maybe these are links that go to CNN, who knows? I don't want to kind of divert from our lesson over here, so let's click on News, and let's test net settings, and I'm sure the different news and information will appear. But you catch the drift. Again, you've got control of your preferences. You've got control of your appearance. And again, once you're done, you can go ahead and grab the code here, and it'll appear on and put it on your website, and you will have it. It's pretty simple and useful very much. All right, let's go back to the slides. Now that we've talked about how to embed into your web page, the next slide we're going to talk about embedding it into Facebook. Now the Facebook-Twitter combination obviously is very powerful. Most people on Twitter, well, they're also on Facebook. So again, maybe some people are not tweeting as much as I, like for me, I don't tweet that much, but I am on Facebook like 2 to 3, 4, 5 times a day. So if I'm not catching your tweets, I could actually get them on Facebook. So let me give you an example, okay, of how to do this. Here, you see, basically you go to your Twitter settings account, and down here, okay, and this is a smaller, and this is this section increased, you basically will have a checkbox on basically connecting your Twitter account to your Facebook account. You basically check my Facebook page, and then here your group page. And of course, if you want to display tweets on your personal page, you have that option as well. But since I'm not really into tweeting about anything other than the stuffs and the lessons that I want to teach, I'm going to basically choose to go to my group page. Let's go back to the browser and better explain. Here, again, is my Facebook page, and I'm going to go ahead and increase. Then I will go to my settings, if I can find it. I guess it kind of hid them on me. I go to my settings, and let's click on Profiles. And as you can see right here, again, you click on Profiles, and on the bottom here, I opted to choose for to tweet both on my Facebook profile and my page profile. And if I click here, there's all my group pages that I've created. I click Save Pages. Now, and it'll, of course, once I save it, it'll also appear on Facebook. Now, if I were to let's click on Home, my latest tweet, okay, and I'm going to click here, I mentioned that I am live now on educator.com teaching people how to tweet. So if I go to my Facebook page, look what happens. Here it is. I am live on, now notice that I'm live on twitter.com. Notice that it converted to a small URL, a tiny URL, teaching people how to tweet. There it is, on Facebook. So now I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. This is Jim for educator.com, lessons on tweeting.